Jim here from I Am With Jim. Welcome to my latest video on Cryptohopper. Today I wanted to do a short trailing stop loss tutorial. Should you use it or not? We're going to be looking at the pros and cons of trailing stop loss. There's a lot of benefit in using trailing stop loss, but only one negative in my experience. But before we look at trailing stop loss inside of Cryptohopper, let me shamelessly plug my Cryptohopper secret source settings, which are free to anyone signing up for Cryptohopper through my link below, at no extra cost to you, of course. Use my link if you want the secret sauce, because you get all of my videos for free, you get my help via Skype and Telegram for free, and you also get a discount on your first subscription by using the coupon code JimCryptohopper in all caps, just like that you can see on the screen there. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe right now, because I've been doing lots of Cryptohopper videos during the whole of the bull run, I suppose, for the next year or so, and my target is to do a couple of videos every single day, even on weekends, so that should be 14 videos a week basically. Alright, back to the trailing stop loss tutorial. This should be quite easy to explain and quite quick, so I want to make this video as short as possible. Everybody hates watching long videos on YouTube, I get that, I do too. So what am I looking for here? Right, I want the chart on Bitcoin because it's best to show you visually. Alright, so here's the Bitcoin chart, no indicators, nothing, we don't need any indicators or anything. So here's Bitcoin, and it's on the 1 hour time frame, and I want you to imagine that we, at this yellow line here, we bought Bitcoin. Alright, so let's say that we want to set up our trailing stop loss, and we want it to lock in a certain point at which it will take profits. Now the benefit of trailing stop loss is you can make more often than you initially put down. You know, like if you say, right, I want to sell this at 5% profit, so you buy $100 of Bitcoin and it goes up 5% and you sell it. That would be without using trailing stop loss. However, what if after you sold it the price continued to go up right up to 10%? Well, you've missed out on an extra 5%, haven't you? Now, trailing stop loss kind of follows your price up, but it activates the trailing stop loss at 5%. So if you, let me show you inside of Cryptohopper. If you were to arm your trailing stop loss like this at 5%, and you were to put in 1 here, right, it would go, let me show you the chart again, it would go up to 5%. Alright, let's see if this works, because I don't know if this is a whole 5% or not. So you bought here, or here, wherever. Alright, you bought here, you paid $100, Bitcoin comes up, it's not going to be 5%, is it? Nearly. Let's put the chart on a 4 hour, same difference. Alright, so we buy Bitcoin $100 down here at the yellow line there. It goes up, oh blimey, I'm gonna have to move the yellow line, aren't I? Alright, I think there is a perfect example. Yeah, so let's say your bot buys $100 of Bitcoin here. Alright, that's more than 5%, easy. So you buy $100, the bot follows the price up to 5%, then it activates the trailing stop loss, and that basically means, as you saw in the settings, I had a 1, didn't I? That means if it drops back down by 1% or more to 4%, it will sell. Right, so you've locked in 4%. So you've gone up to 5%, it's dropped down, and it's come down to 4%, and then it goes, okay, let's sell this position before it goes down anymore. All right, so that is the benefit of trailing stop loss. However, the extra benefit is you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin there, it comes up to 5%, it activates the trailing stop loss, and in this example, which is a really good example, it continues to go up. Now, you could have just set a take profit with no trailing stop loss at 5%. Well, look what happened after. In this particular scenario, you'd have been annoyed because it went up 22%. That's an extra 17% on top. However, there were a few drops of more than 1%, as you can see. So it would have sold somewhere around here. So where's the 5% mark? There. So it would have come up to 12.12%. And if we'd had that 1% drop setting in our Cryptohopper, 12.1, there you go. As soon as it gets to 11.1, it would sell. Alright. So what could you do about that? Well, you could have, if you'd have had slightly different settings, you could have had 2.5 in there. So that would mean we were looking for 5% minus 2.5% equals 2.5% minimum profit before anything sells. Back to the chart. So if you bought here, comes up to the 5% mark, continues going up all the way up to 11.89. Now then, if this dropped 2.5%, I think it is, yeah. So that would have been a good point to sell, but you know, the bot can get into a new position after that and new buy signal comes in. Alright? However, let's say we set it to 10%. So the bot comes up, trailing stop loss comes up to 10%. The trailing stop loss gets activated around here. Price comes down slightly, but it's not 2.5%. Alright? It's not even 1.5. And then the price continues to go up all the way up to 16.9%, and then it drops. This is probably trailing stop loss would kick in there. So it goes up to 17% and it drops down to 12%. Yeah, so it would have sold around here. So you'd have had 14.5% from that move. Get me? But what if it didn't drop 2.5%? Or 1% or whatever you set it to? There's a possible total 23% move there, and if it dropped 2.5%, let's say it dropped 1%, you've got it quite tight, you get about 22% on that trade if you'd set it up that way. Alright guys, so that is the benefit of trailing stop loss. It follows the price up, and it only sells when there is a drop of whatever parameter you type in there. Okay, so let's imagine you put 25 in there, no 20, alright, with a 5% drop. So you buy $100 of Bitcoin down here, the price comes up, it gets to, trailing stop loss is not yet activated, and it's like nearly 19% up. Alright, and then 20%, okay, activate trailing stop loss, arm the trailing stop loss as it says in Cryptohopper, and then from there it goes up all the way up in total to 23.18. Now with that 5 that we typed in there, is allowed to come down 5% before it sells. So 23 minus 5 is 18. It would have activated there, it would have sold at around 18, would have sold here. Nice profit. Let's have a look at one more setting, one more example. We've got 20 arming, and let's say 1. Very tight. So you're looking as close to 20% profit as we can get. You buy Bitcoin, $100 you pay. It goes up 20%. It activates the trailing stop loss. It comes up another 1% to 21, and then up to 22, 22.6. So 22.6 minus 1% is 21.6. The price comes down again, and it sells around here for 21.6% profit. It gets out really quick because you've got that tight 1% drop. So there's many ways you could do it. Now the benefit of having, let's have a look, a larger drop is because that will cover you in case you get quite a big drop. Let's say you bought there and it comes up here, the trailing stop loss is activated. It's allowed to drop 3% from there, alright, and then it will sell. So you'd have sold here. Alright, so pros and cons. Bitcoin, trailing stop loss. You bought it for $100. It's gone up. There is one downside. It's this bit here. If you've got tight arming and tight drop percentage, it can activate at 3% profit, and then it can drop by 1.5%. So you're now 1.5% in profit. And if there's slippage, which happens, you'll have to look up on Google what slippage is in trading. It's when the price drops really fast. So it could come down to 1.5 really slowly, and then suddenly there's a big sell wall in trading, and the price drops so quick that Cryptohopper can't catch it, the sell order, and you end up with only 0.5% profit after it's been all the way up to 3. Alright, so make it fairly tight but not too tight. So I'm trying out these settings right now on this strategy we set up a couple of days ago, and I'll be bringing you the results of that strategy in the next video. So that is basically the pros and cons of trailing stop loss in my trailing stop loss tutorial today, and I hope that is beneficial to you to understand. So again, if you buy here and you have a tight trailing stop loss set and it drops by a small percentage, it could sell, and then you could miss out on a bigger move. So it's a bit of a balance, guys, you know. Sometimes it'll be fine, sometimes it'll be awesome like that, you'll get a really big move, and if you've set your trailing stop loss settings just nice, you'll do well. But not guaranteed to do well in every occasion, because, you know, sometimes it doesn't come up enough, sometimes it doesn't come down, or comes down more than you wanted and activates a trailing stop loss and it sells, and then it goes back up. You know, swings and roundabouts, as we say. Alright, so in my next video I'm going to bring you the results of this strategy here, the swing trading strategy using trend and oscillator, short-term swing trading strategy in Cryptohopper. And I just wanted to mention again, I want to shamelessly plug my secret sauce. If you want the secret sauce, free access to everything that I've told you about earlier, any of my videos have the link below. Click on that link below the video. You'll come over to my website here. Watch that short video. Find Cryptohopper here. Look for this number here. Click the link for Cryptohopper. My number appears briefly and then deletes, and sign up for an account using my link, and then tell me about it on Skype, and I tell you how to contact me on Skype in that quick video there. Alright, so guys, look out for my next video, which is the results after 24 hours. And remember guys, if you sign up using my link, don't forget to use the free coupon code Jim Cryptohopper, and you'll get a discount on your first subscription. Alright, contact me on Skype, tell me you've signed up, look in my dashboard, affiliates dashboard. I'll see you in there and verify that you've signed up with my link, and then I'll slip you everything that I told you I would give you. Alright, no extra cost to you, of course. Please like, comment and subscribe guys, and share this video if you want to be extra helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.